Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you with the WrestleMania 21 review. This was an awesome show. In my last review of WrestleMania 20, I talked about how basically, due to just changes in my life, I had stopped watching wrestling for about 2 years. WrestleMania 21, the build of Triple H versus Batista, this is what I was watching on Monday Night Raw when I decided that I was going to get back into wrestling. After buying the WrestleMania 20 DVD, checking out the show, and Shawn Michaels, Benoit, and Triple H having such an awesome match, just saying that, I got to get back into this. A lot of these guys that are on this show, a lot of these guys that were around this time were, guys that I had known from the past. There was no real big, new, huge stars. I mean, John Cena wins his first WWE Championship on this show. And he was the one guy that I was sort of unsure about. I remember seeing Cena's debut on SmackDown, and as I would go check out dirt sheets, and as I would go read WWE Magazine and other wrestling magazines, at certain stores at certain times, I got to learn that he was a big deal, but it was like watching these shows, really getting back into this. I thought that WrestleMania 21 was a great show. I put it in my top 5 WrestleManias of all time list that I have made in the past. I really thought this was a great thing, top to bottom. There was one match that was on this show that I had sort of forgotten that happened, and then once I saw the big, huge sumo wrestler coming out, I was like, oh, fuck this. This is dumb. This is retarded. Why? Why did they do this? I have so many questions about Akibano versus Big Show. Was this something to get, buys in Japan? Was this something that Vince just thought was a big deal, that they were going to have a big star there, that they thought people in the U.S. would actually want to see a sumo match between a sumo star and a wrestler? Did they think... I don't know what they thought, but... Crazy. From looking over the results page here on Wikipedia that I'm using as my list as I run through the show, Booker T won a Battle Royal. I had no idea that Booker T had won one of these WrestleMania Battle Royals. I knew that Mark Henry had won one, and I knew that Great Khali had won one because I was there, but that is how they used up the interpromotional Battle Royal. Booker T got the win. I did not see it. It was not on the network screening. I'm sure if I popped out the WrestleMania 21 DVD, it would be there on the what the fuck am I talking about? It'd be there on the bonus features. Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero opened the show with a singles match. This was a great match. I've watched this match probably at least 5 or 6 times over the last few years, and every time I watch this match, both guys are SmackDown Tag Team Champions, yet they're wrestling each other. And every time I watch this, I listen to the commentary. There's no sort of build-up to this show, or to this match. They don't show you like a package or anything like that for this match. They just go out there and wrestle, and it's a damn good match, but I don't know why they're wrestling, and that's the one thing that makes me scratch my head about this. I think this led to the heel turn of Eddie Guerrero later this year. You can tell that he's really, just wowed that Mysterio beat him at the end. Mysterio hit him with a Hurricanrana, was able to roll him up and get the 1, 2, 3. And it was a good match. Great match. I just had no idea why they were wrestling. I forgot to talk about how there's no real pyro to open up the show here at the Staples Center. They do show 1,000 clips of wrestlers and movie scenes over the scene. You have Undertaker as Dirty Harry, probably the one time that they've really stripped the Undertaker character down and really showed a different side other than the dead man or the American badass that we know from watching TV over the last few years. Stone Cold Steve Austin doing an awesome job as the Gladiator. Kurt Angle and Christy Hemme doing an awesome Harry Met Sally clip with the big old sex scene at the diner that everybody knows about, with the Hemme doing the orgasms. There's a few other ones. Those are the ones that really stand out in my mind, that those are great. When I watched this over the last few days, I started watching this at work on my lunch on day 1, and I watched the Money in the Bank ladder match, and I thought it was awesome. Day 2 rolled around, And I started watching this in the morning yesterday when I got to work. And I watched 3/4 of this match again because it was so good. And then somebody asked me to start work yesterday early, so I went down and I started work. And then when I went to lunch later that day, I watched this match again. So I've watched this match 3 times in the last 2 days. This was an awesome match. The only thing that I can knock from the Money in the Bank ladder match is it's the first one. They didn't really know how to end it. But they really did sell the fact that these guys are out there and they all want to be the WWE champion. They all want to do whatever it takes in order to put themselves over the top, to be that guy. You know, Benoit had been the champion the year before. Christian is a guy that hadn't reached the top. Kane won the championship from Stone Cold Steve Austin a long time ago, got to wear it for a day. Shelton was a guy on the rise. Chris Jericho had been the champ. Edge is the guy that was still looking for his break at this time, and the Money in the Bank ended up being that one thing. But I mean, you have they did a spot one time where first Christian jumps off out into a crowd of guys. Right after that, Benoit jumps into the crowd, and then Kane jumps right after him. All 3 knocking everybody down. You know, you have Benoit who's doing the flying headbutt off the top of the ladder onto Kane. I mean, he really sells the fact, like, this match is killing him in order to do this. I love this match. It's probably the best Money in the Bank ladder match. One of my favorite Edge matches from all the WrestleManias that he was a part of. Really, really good stuff. I mean, I would recommend you watching this over almost anything else on the card, even though there's a lot of good matches on there. Undertaker versus Randy Orton was out there with Bob Orton. Randy Orton was a guy on the rise that a lot of people thought was going to beat the streak. Of course, at this time, he was the legend killer, and he was hitting the RKO on just about anybody. We saw this match take a weird turn. The reason why Orton lost this match is Orton picked up Undertaker like he was to deliver the tombstone. Undertaker was able to do the whole roll around where he was able to reverse the tombstone. He tombstone Randy. This was an awesome match. This is a good one. This is when I was becoming an Orton fan somewhere along the line. I think it was during Evolution. Not Evolution, I apologize. During Legacy is when I just started to tire of him and get bored. But Orton was the guy on the rise. I mean, back then, he was one of the guys that was just fucking awesome to watch. Undertaker with a streak here. I believe this was 13-0, not 100% sure. Trish Stratus versus Christy Hemme had the story of, Christy Hemme was going to be in Playboy. They like to give the girls to Playboy that were in Playboy the matches at WrestleMania to make the Playboy look bigger, to make WrestleMania look bigger and all that. Hemme, not a great wrestler. She had won the Diva Search. Had Lita Trainer was the whole backstory to it. Trish went out there with one of the hottest attires that she's worn at WrestleMania, with the short white shirt with the shirt with the suspenders coming over it. It was an all right match. It wasn't great, but it was doable for a women's match. I mean, anything's gonna beat Tori versus Sable at WrestleMania 15. Angle versus Michaels, one of my favorite matches of all time. This match was fucking awesome. You cannot beat this. You know, 2 guys, they haven't done this at WrestleMania in a while because they don't really do the dream matches anymore, but they would have a Raw guy versus a SmackDown guy, 2 guys that we'd never seen before that were held apart due to the draft, and you couldn't get any better than this. Angle was trying to say that he was the best superstar of all time. If you were watching Raw, if you were watching SmackDown, he was reliving all of Shawn's moments, trying to win a battle royal, walked to the ring by Sherry in a tag match with Marty Jannetty, trying to show Michaels that he was better than him. And on the end of the day, Angle beat Michaels, but this was a fucking awesome match. Almost 30 minutes. They deserved every second of it. Akibono versus Big Show, already talked about it. The match, they take forever to get down to the ring. They take forever to get it started. It's a minute, and it's over. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it was just for show, but I don't even know why they did it. In the next match, they started the championship matches for the main event. John Cena beats JBL. JBL went for the huge clothesline from hell. Cena was able to duck it, put him in the attitude adjustment. He did the whole thing where he jumped into the crowd with the fans and tried to show everybody that this one's for them. This is when everybody loved John Cena. It's kind of weird. WrestleMania 20, WrestleMania 21, he didn't really have the haters. Probably WrestleMania 22, you pop it in, everybody hates Cena. It's weird. And then what everybody paid to see, Batista beat Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship. In the death of Evolution, Batista, the big star of WrestleMania 21, Triple H putting over and making a big, huge star. this match was just great. I mean, it was just like Triple H, you know, goes out there. He has the big name. He has the legacy of being the guy for wrestling, and there's no one better than him. And Batista has a counter for every offer. At the end of the match, Triple H is locking him in for the pedigree. Batista is able to power out of it where he's not able to do it. Hits the big Batista bomb. And I just love the way they shoot Batista after the match is over. You know, he's up on the ropes. He's holding the World Heavyweight Championship up. The fireworks are going off from behind him. And they make the guy look like fucking Godzilla. They make him look like one of the biggest stars of all time. Really fun. Really good stuff. I honestly, you know, this is one of my top 5 WrestleManias. If you're going to watch a Mania, to get fired up for Mania, it's coming right up around the corner. Before long, we're going to be watching the next Monday Night Raw, which is the last one before the big show. I leave on Thursday morning. I mean, this is fucking nuts. This is crazy. It's here, baby. WrestleMania time. The next WrestleMania recall that's going to be uploaded is about WrestleMania 10, Brett versus Owen. I haven't watched WrestleMania 10 in a long time, so that'll probably be the next show that I review. And we'll go from there. Peace out, everybody. Have a good one. WrestleMania 30. I'm wearing the SummerSlam hat again because I left my hat in the car. Peace out.